Welcome to World's Finest, the weekly DC Comics review. As always, I am Phil, and joining me is...
Hey guys, it's Willis.
Alright. Always try to gauge your mood by the pep in your voice.
I don't know, it's just been a brutal week for DC on TV. It's mixed in the DC Extended Universe, and all I want is a third season of Young Justice. That's the only thing I know for sure about DC at this point.
We're up in the air till Rebirth.
So, but I think it's just I'm just in a meh mood because of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Flash came back, Arrow came back, and they were both kind of like filler. Legends of Tomorrow didn't come out this week, so I was just like, I'm all caught up for nothing. So yeah, I was hoping the books would give me a boost. A couple of them did, most of them didn't. So, What about you? What was your DC comic book week like?
It was, well, like you, there were some good, there were some not so good, but just on some of the books, have you noticed, I think, like, some of the teams changed on these books, so what, like, the regular, like, creative teams, couldn't even finish it out till Rebirth, they were just like, screw it.
Well, no, I think because of Rebirth, they had to do it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. They were like, here, let's just get the B team. No offense to the new creative teams, but you know what I'm saying, you can't even finish out the 50 arc.
Yeah.
Is Rebirth that important? I guess it is.
Well,
perfect.
Like I noticed it on, I'm sure you didn't read Teen Titans.
Actually, I did.
Oh, did you?
And I was like, of course, it would be the one time I picked it up in like, 4, 5, 6 months or something like that.
But, I know why you picked it up.
Yes, I'm sure you do. And anybody who sees the cover would know too.
Wonder Woman guest star, so.
Yeah.
What did you think?
The messed up thing about it is it's kind of rough around the edges as this issue was. Wonder Woman was like the bright, shining spot in it. She's better than she is in her own damn title.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really just ticked me off, because this story was all over the place and just a mess. And with that, I was just like, what are we doing? We're supposed to be like pumping everybody up for this reboot of Teen Titans and stuff, and I just don't think that this is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have one more until Rebirth?
It's either one or two. When's Rebirth? Is it May or June?
May? I want to say it's May.
Okay, then maybe one more, yeah, because this was the March issue, so.
Because isn't that going to, instead of the, like, big event that they have in the spring, isn't Rebirth just going to replace that, or is it June? I forget.
I don't know,
It's also ambiguous and vague.
Well, no, aren't they doing, like, well, it's like they're all doing a Rebirth issue, and then it's another number one issue, and... Yeah,
I think that's why I'm confused about the Rebirth issue and then the actual number one.
Yeah, I don't know when the one-shots start. I don't know. Maybe May or June? I don't know.
Hold on.
I was going to say...
Free Comic Book Day, because that'll tell you.
Well, Free Comic Book Day, of course, is May, but... No,
freecomicbookday.com, they tell you all... They listed up all the issues. They've had that up since, like, February, I think. And of course, it's not going to look...
I'm seeing 80-page DC Universe Rebirth special by Jeff Johns, May 25th.
I would assume they would have the previews for it, is what I'm saying, if it is June.
Yeah.
The books, boss, the books. Okay. Let's see, Archie, no.
Okay. So, according to the comic book resources, the Rebirth relaunch starts... Oh, man, what is... the Rebirth relaunch starts with the DC Universe Rebirth one-shot scheduled for release on May 25th.
Oh, okay.
Written by Jeff Johns himself.
So basically it's June. Okay.
Yeah, well, basically it's the week before, yeah.
Alright. Good to know. So yeah, I don't know, but... I like that they tried to put the focus on Cassie, but I feel like it was a little too late. And it was only because they wanted to work Wonder Woman into this, I feel like.
Yeah, and, well, spoiler alert, how did you feel that they made her her niece?
Boo! 100% boo! Okay, stop destroying Wonder Woman. It's bad enough that she's the daughter of Zeus. I really like her original origin story. I think that that's where really Wonder Woman has fallen apart. Like, it was just like a whole no man had a hand in the creation of Wonder Woman. And, you know, it's why a lot of that, like, feminist iconography comes from and all these things. And it was still good. It was nice. And I just feel like ever since they wanted to basically have her be the female Thor, which ironically then Marvel said, hell, we'll do a female Thor to compete with Wonder Woman. Let's give Captain Marvel some company. And it's just like, ugh, you know? So, boo.
Yeah.
On that.
Well, you think it's just the Wild West out there? They're like, yeah, go nuts, you know, Rebirth's coming. We can always change. We can take out whatever we don't want.
I don't think that it's the Wild West. I just think they genuinely don't care. They're like, well, these are things, there are some things that are priorities and there are some things that are not. This is not Teen Titans Go, the cartoon franchise that sells 1 million toys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's just kind of my take on it. So anyway, but the artwork actually was pretty phenomenal for me. This comic. So. Yeah,
the art's a lot better than some of the months on this. So, what did you think grade-wise? Or rating-wise?
I'm going to give it a generous 3. Like I said, the art really, really saved it. But, like, the dialogue was We could have it's Wonder Woman. We could have more splash pages. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the dialogue and just give me more art. That should have been the mission statement for this video.
But, yeah, no, I gave it a 3 also.
I just don't know how they're going to wrap this sucker up. Like, I don't know. Everything's going to be filler from here on out. Poor Teen Titans. You know what I think this DC needs? They need an executive director for each, like, character.
Yes. Yeah. I've had that thought, too.
Or
team,
like, you know?
Yeah, an editor, some kind of executive. Yeah, somebody handles all the Superman stuff, all the Batman stuff. You know, someone else handles all the Batman stuff. Someone else handles the Wonder Woman stuff.
Yeah. Because the focus is just, it's unbelievable.
Oh, I've mapped this out in my head. I was like, okay, let's take our team in there. I'll take all the Batman stuff. Lilith, you can have the Wonder Woman stuff. We'll give Tyler the Superman stuff.
Oh, sure, give me the biggest freaking thing to rework.
Oh, I'm sure you have 50 fanfics that you can just pull out of your computer that...
Not for Wonder Woman. Like, for Wonder Woman, she just needs a complete and utter reboot. Like, from scrap, go back with her original origin story. If you want a dark and gritty character, Wonder Woman has all, like, I don't know where people come up with this whole she's compassionate, and that's stuff that they project onto Wonder Woman, but when you read that, like expectations versus reality when it comes to Wonder Woman, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think it's just hard with Wonder Woman, because one, they want her...
TV show. I mean, I would say she was pretty cool, and, like, Linda Carter's version of Wonder Woman is awesome, but it's not actually the representation of the comic book.
I mean, they want her to be the mother figure, they want her to be strong, but they also want her to be the warrior. Yeah.
Don't put it all on her shoulders. How about you actually expand all the other cool female characters you have instead of putting all your hopes and dreams on one?
Exactly.
That's what needs to be done.
How about you play Barbara Gordon a little more mature and not paint her like a teenager?
Actually, I think that was, like, even though it has kind of turned me off a little bit, I do appreciate that they are trying to put out something for a certain demographic, which is like the 13 to 22-year-old. And I do appreciate it, but I do miss my old Babs.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, and since we don't have any continuity, we can have all these different books. How about you can keep that Batgirl of Burnside, but also bring back the original Babs?
Exactly.
So anyway, what do you want to talk about next?
Probably maybe the only other thing I got that you didn't read is Deathstroke.
Yeah, go ahead, talk about it. I didn't. I'm so bitter about Deathstroke and his state of disrepair. That character, take him back to Deathstroke the Terminator, Teen Titan villain with one eye and a little older, and I'll be happy. Like, that's literally all you have to do, and I'll be back to buying the Deathstroke books.
Well, basically, I mean, they just jammed Red Hood into this story because just in the middle, he comes in and it's like, oh yeah, the mastermind behind it, you know, the guy who's jerking you around is, you know, sent me to hurt you. I'm not supposed to kill you, just hurt you. But so yeah, they go at it for a while till Deathstroke like knocks him out.
Out of all the people, why? They're like, you know what this book needs? A bat character.
Well, that's been the plan since New 52, right?
I know, and I was just like, everybody's getting affected by it. Everybody, even if it makes no sense.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, the movie's out this weekend. You know, you had Wonder Woman and Titans. You have to have a bad character in Deathstroke. You know, Lois and Clark's out this week, and everything else I have is like Bat books. So
yeah, corporate philosophy. I mean,
there has to be a connection. There has to be some connection to the Trinity in every book this week.
I mean, you would think that they would try to shove Wonder Woman all in it, honestly, because that's what the only reason a lot of my friends are going to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Oh yeah, I hear. Yeah, everyone every review I've seen or heard, it's just like it seems like it's all Batman or Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. Red flag is all that I can say. I'm going to save all of my thoughts for our little round table with you, me, and Tyler and Charlie.
The four of us. There's not going to be any little round table, man.
Anyway, what's the good and what's the bad about this issue?
They continue the storyline on. I mean, it wasn't just one big slugfest. I mean, you had some story before the fight. The story continues after the fight, but that's the bad. It just seems like they kind of just crowbarred, Red Hood in there.
Yeah, they kind of crowbarred a few people in last month too, in certain issues. Just like, where did that come from? But you say it's all about that money for them, and did it at least contribute something interesting?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been finding the book interesting, and it's just, I mean, it was a cool fight, but once again, it just kept hitting me. I'm like, oh, this is kind of crowbarred in. Oh, wait a minute! I didn't even mean to do that. Oh. Red Hood, crowbar.
Have you been talking to Kelly?
No, I just listened to you and her on Flashpoint and Queen Consolidated this morning. Now.
Oh, that explains it. Anyway, I did a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I did a weird thing today.
Which one?
So I literally just was at the store today and I saw Cyborg 9, and who the hell's on the cover? Freaking Shazam, aka the real Captain and only Captain Marvel in my heart. Sorry, Carol Danvers Cord. Just saying. So I was just like, ooh, yes! And I read it and I actually really liked it. I mean, this story is all about the Cyborg that I know and love. It's like, he's a hero that has, friends in high places, and also he's really smart, and it's just really interesting the light that they cast with Cyborg and Shazam, because if you guys watched which one is it? The first Justice League animated cartoon. They kind of have a rapport together, and that kind of carried over into this book, and I think that's why I really liked it, because Billy Batson is just a little 9-year-old kid, and Cyborg, is like 20. So they both had that boy-like wonder, but now they're like kind of set against each other, and it kind of gave me the oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm having a senior moment here that I'm 30 years too young for, but. Anyway, it kind of reminded me of some of the best stuff that they've done with that character, and it really elevated Cyborg too. So I just really enjoyed this issue.
So they turned it around, because I thought you were down on it.
Yeah, I hadn't read it since issue 3. I said, I saw Shazam on the cover, and I think that is actually my pick of the week for best cover as well. So yeah, it's very simple, very basic, but it gets the point across. It's very striking in its minimalistic kind of way that it's set up.
So it's your pick of the week?
No, it's not my pick of the week.
Okay.
Different.
Cool.
They turned it around, and maybe they should do a Cyborg and Shazam team book.
There you go.
I mean, why not just swing for the fences at this point? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a 3.5 for me.
Nice.
I miss Shazam. Can you tell?
Yeah. I think we miss a lot of characters.
That character needs to make a comeback. Obviously, he's going to make a comeback if his movie can actually ever get off the ground. It's so far out there that I'm just like, I don't think it's going to be one of those movies that are like, you know what? We're just going to shove that into Justice League 3. Yeah. I think a couple of them are going to get scrapped, and we're just going to get a Justice League Part 3.
Probably.
So, yeah. Anyway. Shocker of the month, really. They finally picked up Cyborg again. I think it's okay, yeah. So what's next for you?
You want to do Superman, Lois and Clark number 6?
I can get down with that. The only real Superman left in this miserable
Yes.
existence we call Earth Zero.
Hopefully, this is the guy we get going in the rebirth.
They haven't made a single misstep with this title, and it surprises the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't we have this focus and determination to make good characters and character dynamics in every title? It's just baffling to me.
And I mean, they're in hiding. Can you imagine if this clerk was able to operate in public?
Right? It's like all these plot lines are brought together in like a really short time. They make sense, and I just, like, for the life of me, just like I said, it blows my freaking mind.
Mm-hmm.
The power of old Superman, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw it coming. The kid's gonna have at least some of his powers.
Yes. I'm just like, somebody really, really, really loves Donner. Anytime I just think about that, that's all that comes to my mind is Donner. Just like,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's going to be interesting, and actually, that if they actually like spun a Superboy out of that, now that's a Superboy that I would like to see, because obviously he's shooting better than the other. And then also the regular Superboy, where it's him as a young boy, is kind of garbage. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but so I guess they got 2 more issues to wrap this up. So
yeah, it got truncated to 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no,
because that'll take us to May. So
yeah, I wonder how they're gonna wrap this up.
I mean,
think this needs a reboot, though. I think it just needs a continuation. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I wonder if because we're getting multiple Superman books after Rebirth. So I wonder if this is going to be one of them. Just with a different name. Yeah, but forget that. I want this guy to be the one Superman. Yeah,
I could get down with that. Can we talk about how Lois's publisher's name is Core and the little, like, I was just like, what? I don't know. I feel like they're trying to give it a Cat Grant vibe from Supergirl the TV show. All roads lead back to corporate, always trying to push their agenda somewhere. It's the person speaking from personal experience here, so I'm just like, I see what you're trying to do. Don't think you can get that over on me.
Oh no, Intergang threw her off the building.
Yeah. That's what somebody needs to do with the real Cat Grant on Supergirl. Anyway, sorry. No, but this is a good, strong story, and I'm really sad that we only have 2 more issues. That's usually, by this time, in one of those little maxi series, I'm just like, okay, let's just wrap this thing up. But now I'm like, no, don't end. Stay with me. I love this artwork. It's like kind of a happy mix between nostalgia and like the best parts of Babs Tar.
Yes. But it's such a great breath of fresh air. Like, it's 4.5 for me.
It's a 4.25. It's not that it's a breath of fresh air. It's nostalgia. It's like how things should have been. We should have never been subjected to casual Friday Superman.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ever since New 52, we've been choking on that Superman. Finally, we got this breath of fresh air.
We finally got that piece of bread dislodged from our throats here. It's a mess. But anyway, I was really surprised that this turned out to be the way that it did. Considering the things that spun out of Convergence, I know you're still like reading Earth 2 Society or whatever, but that was poop that I did not want to step anymore. So yeah, this is like the best thing that came out of Convergence, definitely. So where to next?
Well, everything I have left is Bat books. So.
Everything I have left is Bat books except for Wonder Woman 50. I kind of had to. Didn't want to spend this $5, but I had to.
All right. Well, why don't you do Wonder Woman 50? Tell us about it, Will.
It's weird. Like, they finally kind of have figured out who Wonder Woman should be after all this time. But, I don't know, it just kind of fell short in the plot development, and the art was really weird. Like, this is issue 50, this is supersized. You know, it's 50 pages, and the art is crap. This is the one time you should have done your very, very best. I don't feel like anything was good about this issue. I was really disappointed, and I really wanted my $5 back. Like, the only thing that saved it was like, oh, you guys finally figured out how Wonder Woman should be. And then everything else falls to hell. So she's like, basically, I feel like I was reading Felicity fanfic.
Oh!
she's a strong, powerful woman who don't need no man kind of thing, and you know that's just kind of, I don't know, amateurish when it comes to Wonder Woman because she's more than that.
Mm-hmm. So see, I got a really tiny week next week, and I was thinking, I think Aquaman 50's out next week. I'm like, maybe I should pick that up. So I was just thinking, should I try Wonder Woman 50? So you're saying
no?
no?
You should pick up the Wonder Woman, or you can pick up Wonder Woman 77. Either one of those. Don't pick up the main title. I'm just it's really bad and disappointing. Like, this does not make me hopeful for the Wonder Woman solo book or even the Trinity book if this is, you know, how they're going to portray Wonder Woman in it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get Wonder Woman Batman instead?
Yes!
Anyway, I was just really disappointed. This is a 2.5 for me.
But that's the relationship we need. Forget this Superman Wonder Woman. We need Batman Wonder Woman.
I think that they would balance each other out better than even Batman and Superman do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a really weird but interesting dynamic that we haven't really explored except for in the animated universe. And hints of it in Kingdom Come. So yeah, Bat Book Avalanche, here we come.
Alright, let's go to We Are Robin number 10.
Yay! But no. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I thought the Jokers were cute at first. Now I'm kind of tired of them.
Yeah, are they dragging this out till...
Yeah, that's what happened. Because this feels like it could have been in the other issue, right? The last issue?
Yeah, it feels like they're stretching this out, and then we'll get like a hurried ending in May.
Yeah. That's a shame. I mean, it's still decent, but it's just not on par with what has been in previous issues as well.
Yeah, but because that was just the whole issue of, come on guys, are we gonna do something? All the Robins, are we gonna do something? Are we gonna do something?
And again, I really do appreciate they went for like a more urban demographic and a younger demographic, and this ain't your daddy's Robin, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not in a good way, but sometimes in a bad way, just a little bit. But the characters that do pop, and they're very memorable, and artwork, I think the artwork is one of the strongest things about this title, always has been.
Mm-hmm. I
guess I'm just kind of bummed that this whole rebirth thing has kind of stepped on a few issues' toes.
Yeah.
A couple of titles. Toes, actually. So, yeah. It's going to be awesome if we can actually go 2 years without another soft reboot, and we can just let stuff be.
Yeah. Well, they keep saying they want to go back to basics, so.
I don't think they even know what that word means.
Yeah.
What about you?
Everything doesn't have to be grim and gritty. Everything doesn't have to be new and hip, you know.
We're old funny buddies, Phil. I know it last time. I was like, maybe I'm just too old for this. I got the Murdoch syndrome.
Oh God, I'm older than you. It's just, I don't know. I think that's the strength that DC had, even more so than Marvel, is just the rich history they had before New 52.
Talk about somebody always trying to be hip. Marvel has that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't reboot as much as DC.
Yeah, nobody reboots as much as DC.
They basically just do retcons. They don't reboot.
Just add that to another universe.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, I can't wait to see how this ends. I think it's going to be a really big, like, it might be hurried, but I think it's going to be a big old fireworks kind of ending for this story.
Mm-hmm. But I guess when we saw in Batman 50, you know, I guess Duke's going to be a part of Batman's team, but is that going to
see that coming?
Yeah, I know. But is that going to go in the hopefully that goes through Rebirth, so he's still there, you know?
Yeah.
At least
that's the point of it.
At least save one of these characters.
Yeah. And it also gives us an out to like do flashbacks and stuff like that if we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you give this as a grade?
I'll give it a 3.5.
You know what? I agree.
That's because we're 2/4 of Firestormer. What did you say, Jay Garrick?
We're all Jay Garrick right now. Or maybe we're all secretly really Hunter Solomon. Who knows? So yeah, Batman and Robin Eternal 25.
Yes. Read my mind.
One more issue to go. I made it. I did it.
This issue and Grayson had a theme. It's let's sick Midnighter on the problem.
Well, I mean, why not?
The man loves violence. Why not?
Yeah, it was a filler issue, and not quite as good a filler issue as 24 was, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're getting lost and or carried away with certain things, so they're like, okay, one more issue, what can we do?
It was just set up for that last issue. You know, you put Azrael in place, you know, with Dick, and then you're freeing the kids. And although I do believe when I looked on Diamond, I think I'm guessing next issue is a bigger issue because it's I forget if it's $3.99 maybe.
Where's that ka-ching button? I think that's pretty presumptuous. From the reviewers that I know, like they just like a lot of people started out really strong and then they just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of where we were kind of getting bored. Like, okay, this is filler. This is another filler issue. I'm still spending my money, so that's really presumptuous of them. Mm-hmm. And then to add insult to injury, they're like, "Oh, the people that did stick around, we're not gonna price cut it for you. We're gonna gouge you."
No.
No, I was like, no rewards for loyalty in this world. Sometimes I swear.
But it's too much story, Lil. They need more pages.
They should have gave everybody who bought issue one of those little punch cards like Subway used to have. Every issue, and then you could have got the last one free. I'm just saying, something to think about.
Like that episode of Seinfeld when Elaine's like, yeah, she's eating those crappy subs, but she kept eating them just to get that free one.
Yup. I'm saying you would be surprised. That is a pretty good motivator in humans. I'm just saying. Free stuff is a huge motivator. We will do a lot of stuff for free things.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it makes no logical sense. Like, you spent 4 times as much to get the free thing. But we will do it. Oh, just a food for thought for next time you want to do a weekly series. Anyway, I don't know. I like the Midnighter thing. I did.
Mm-hmm.
Because Midnighter's pretty cool. I can't really dedicate myself to picking up his title every month, but when he pops up in other people's stuff, I'm always here for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a little too dramatic, too, this issue. Like, what am I watching, Arrow?
Dun, dun, dun. I play the Arrow soundtrack while you're reading it.
Yes. That actually makes a lot of things better when you listen to Blake Neely. Just saying. Oh, God, I'm going to be so broke come September when the Flash soundtrack comes out, the Supergirl soundtrack comes out, the Arrow soundtrack comes out, the Legends of Tomorrow soundtrack comes out.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about Supergirl. Yeah.
Just shut up and take my money. That if you're a fan of DC, that should be our slogan, and that should be our T-shirt with Fry just shoving money in their face.
DC slogan. Yeah. Just, yeah. Here's our money.
So what'd you think for grade-wise?
Give it a 4.
Ooh, 4? Okay. I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, no offense to Sue Orlando. I was just like, we're only one. This is the penultimate issue, buddy. This is one more to go. Where's Tom? Like, you know, and it's just because I like Tom just slightly better. No offense. Personal.
Well, speaking of that, let's go to Grayson 18.
Okay, you got it.
And it's like, where are our writers at? Once again, it was a fill-in issue.
Maybe that's why I was just like, okay, maybe Tom's there. Nope.
Probably, he's on the other side of Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've pretty much said as much on Twitter. So, yeah. Poor Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hug him. He's been through so much in these 18 issues.
Well, between what he's going through in his own book, plus Eternal, it's like, I want to know how they sync up.
No, you don't. Everybody's a clone. That's the secret of the new 52. And the real people came back, and you can't have copies, clones and copies and things like that in the universe. It's going to explode. The whole universe is going to explode and start over. That's why it's named Rebirth. But
yeah, once again, throw Midnighter at the problem.
But again, I really do enjoy the better dynamic. And I mean, we're coming to a close. I think they wanted to kind of go on a highlight. And I think he actually, like, don't even take this in a shitty way, but I think they have better chemistry than him and Babs, or even him and Starfire. So, just saying, like, they have a really interesting dynamic that I enjoy. So why not throw them in there? I guess is what the people that write it are saying.
But it's just funny that, like, yeah, I read this in Eternal back to back, so it was like, oh, there's Midnighter again.
Yeah, I think I read this one first, actually, out of all the books.
But I mean, either way, if you read this one first and then Eternal, it's like, okay.
I actually saved Eternal for last because it's the weekly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I totally get what you're saying, but I don't know. I just want to hug Big Man. Wait,
what?
That didn't sound right. It's just like he's always like they basically have their own civil war at Spiral, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like Hail Hydra, Hail Hive. Is Hive secretly behind? Oh, I know it's Argus because Suicide Squad movie. I'm just waiting on them to pull back the layers and it's Amanda Waller in a rubber mask. Oh. But no, I think that this is a really interesting take, and I enjoyed it. But I just hope that it's a fulfilling conclusion, because I like the idea about this whole thing that's going down with Spiral. I think they should have opened with that, actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much been my only problem, because Spiral is it's a very interesting concept, but it's just kind of been vague and duplicitous.
It's secret.
Oh, but yeah, other than that, I really enjoyed this issue. How about you?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was close to being my pick of the week, but
this is my pick of the week.
I don't know if I can decide between this and Batman.
Yeah, this is a 4.5 for me.
That's what I gave it, a 4.5.
Yeah, that's the highest grade of the week. I mean, I like Batman 50, don't get me wrong, but it's just something sticking in my craw. I just can't put my finger on what I didn't like about it, but I know I didn't like it as much as I could have.
Alright, well, let's get to it. Batman 50. Hey, Bruce is back.
Yeah, there's that. You know what, though? I will say this issue made me wish that we did have a real life bat signal. Because then maybe we could actually solve some damn problems. Because it always works for Gotham.
Seems like it.
Just, I don't know. I like the cover. I like the cover suggesting that we're getting back to basics and all those things. It's very iconic and classic and all those things. And, but this whole Mr. Bloom thing, like I said, Mr. Bloom has been played out. And it's just like, of course they're gonna win. Like, duh, it's Batman. He's the title character. He might have amnesia. He might go missing. He might fake die, but...
I know. And let me tell you about the, oh my god, this week, just, I messaged you Wednesday morning. I was like, it's like 10:30 in the morning. I'm like, I've already seen spoilers for Batman v Superman. I've already seen spoilers for Batman 50, even though I didn't get the book yet.
Oh, I told Phil to stay off Twitter. He just can't do it. Well, he can't. He has to live tweet like 5 freaking comic book shows.
So what do you think of the new suit?
It could be worse. It could be better. It's just meh.
Because I think I think it was Twitter. I think Snyder said that's the suit even after Rebirth.
Oh, then I hate it.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, unless they tweak some small stuff, but I thought that's what he said.
Yeah, I did not need to know that.
No.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't know. I just, like, if we're going back to basics, that just doesn't feel like back to basics. It feels a bit over the top or something.
I think they're trying for the best of both worlds. They want, like, the new 52 look, but they want a pre-new 52 look, too.
Yeah.
Because even the symbol, they couldn't decide on the, just the plain bat or the oval, so they, gave us the bat with the yellow outline around it.
Yeah, that's what I want.
But what's with the purple cape?
Is that like a shout out to Huntress or something?
I don't know.
Is Huntress coming back? She's gonna kill Catwoman and become his new love. They're gonna have some weird retcon for Huntress. It's an Easter egg, I tell you. Everything's an Easter egg now. I don't know. I did like that this felt more of a celebration than the Superman 50 did.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing I will say. And of course, I like the Duke thing. Of course, I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got Duke. Would you say, I know you're not that thrilled with it, but was this maybe the best 50 we've had so far?
It is definitely the best 50 that we've had so far, and it's probably going to be the best 50 on purpose. Accidentally on purpose. Accidentally in quotation marks. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that Aquaman actually surprises me.
Yeah, like I said, I might have to take a look at that.
I like literally have to. I can't help myself. Even if I don't want to, I can't help myself. I
might pick that up. I don't know if I'll even get something older. Because like I said, I think I only have like 2 books next week. Cause
you know what you could do? You could pick Starfire Volume 1, Welcome Home, that just came out today.
I could do that. Yeah.
Well, not today, but Tuesday.
Yeah, because I'm only getting 2 books. I think I was looking at Diamond's list. Was there only like 4 new books next week or something, or 4 or 5 something?
Really? Like I haven't even looked. They just
what's that 5th week? But they're not putting out like I told you before. They're not putting out any annuals.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I did pick up though? It was Robin, the annuals, all 7 of them from like 92.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was on sale somewhere, and I picked it up. So anyway, it was all the annuals. I couldn't help myself.
Tim Drake.
Oh wait, so you're picking up Batgirl 50? Are you picking up Batgirl 50 or just Flash 50?
What, next week?
Yeah.
I didn't think I saw either of those next week.
They might be late. I don't know.
Oh, because I was gonna say if they're out, I'll pick them up, but I didn't see them on Diamond's list a couple days ago. The only thing I saw that that was on my list was the finale to Batman and Robin Eternal, and I think Justice League America #8.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I thought that they were supposed to be out by now, but they might be running late.
Probably, but yeah, they're probably running late.
There's a #1 that's coming out for no reason.
Of what?
It's like Suicider's King of Hella.
Okay. I think I did see that on the list, yeah.
I'm not interested. And I've picked up every #1 of Marvel and DC so far. And I'm just like, you know what? And Vertigo also. And this is the first one where I'm just like, you know what? Nope. Anyway, yeah. I liked Batman 50, but they just made some weird choices.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just like, Rebirth is coming, and Snyder and Coppola only have 1 more issue, and
well, that's a good thing.
That's weird though. It's like they're done with 51. Why you couldn't get them to do 1 more issue?
Again, I think they're gotta get their jump start on Rebirth too. So I mean, it's all hands on deck at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, because I think Capolla's doing something. It's something outside DC, and then I think he said he's coming back, but they haven't said what either one of them is doing yet. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure May is going to be a really light month for me regardless. I might just buy 1 issue so we'll actually have something to talk about.
You're not gonna pick up those final 52s?
No, I don't think so. Unless I see a review that's like, you have to, and it's not from IGN.
No. But yeah, it just, because it's probably going to be fillers, because, like I said, whoever's on Batman 52, it's not going to be the regular team, and
yeah.
I think there's some kind of Superman story going through those books the last, April and May, so.
Anyway, how do you feel about Jim as Batman? That whole thing. How do you feel about it at the end of the day?
I don't know. It was a cute experiment. Would I want to repeat it? No.
Would you want to see it on Gotham?
Maybe, but you couldn't do it like this. You couldn't have the armor.
An old-timey steampunk mech suit.
I told you, if anything, just make him the Grey Ghost or something. You can't call him Batman, because are you really going to make him Batman before Bruce is Batman?
In Gotham, all things are possible through the power of Bruno Healer. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this was like an experiment for something. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I think that's what the sour taste is. I don't think they did it because they thought that it was an interesting story. I feel like this is a test run for something.
Mm-hmm.
See how people will react. So if that turns out not to be true, then I might have to go back and reread this with a new filter. But the moment that happened, it smacked of it, and it's just kind of stuck with me. But this conclusion felt satisfying at the very least.
Yeah. What did you give it?
I gave it a 3.5.
3.5? I gave it another 4.5. It's my pick.
Like I said, I just can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's something too, because usually I give my picks 5, the week 5, and yeah, there's something. It's the least.
So that is pretty much everything that we've read.
All right, everyone. As we said,
sad Lilith isn't here because this is like. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
As you're saying, I'll say it after you say your thing.
Okay. All right, everyone. Just like we mentioned before, it's time once again for Charlie Esser's marvelous review of a DC book. Charlie.
Hello, Phil. I'm so sad Lilith isn't here because I was actually going to just wax poetic about how great DC books are, and she's not here. Sad. I have the sad. Anyway, so this week's book is Secret Six, holding the line at $2.99, which is why this week's book is absolutely not Harley Quinn, who decided that her so big for her britches movie star should charge $3.99 for her book. Love you, Harley. Anyway, but I got it, and now I did. Secret Six is one of the DC books that I have historically read. I've read Suicide Squad. And when Suicide Squad became Secret Six originally, I bought up Secret Six, and I truly enjoyed that. Big fan of Catman, who is still on the Secret Six, as is Black Alice. And we open up with a nice little lesbian triumvirate relationship, which is beautiful. Scandal Savage, Vandal Savage's daughter. I don't know if she's immortal. Is she immortal?
I don't believe so. He has a lot of kids.
Well, yeah, he had lived for like 8 million years, so you know, not a few pesky thousand like in the TV show, but he's been around since like caveman days. But you know, they can't offend people that think the Earth is only 6,000 years old, so they had to put him in ancient Egypt.
No,
it's all marketing with DC. I tell you what. No, so Scandal Savage, and I assumed that was Poison Ivy because she has red hair and a green dress, but she's with another girl who's with red hair and a blue dress, so who knows? These could be anybody. You know that Scandal Savage is the boss of the relationship because she's got the man clothes on, you know. Oh, DC. We love you. Anyway, so they're having conversation. They're going to, apparently they've all decided to have a child, and they need, of course, some DNA from another person with a Y chromosome to have such, and they have decided to, well, they imply that, you know, oh, we can't stand him, but he is of good stock. And of course, who is of good stock but Catman? And we open up with Catman and Batgirl, who I've been told is Barbara Gordon, in the Yvonne Craig costume. How awesome is that? Thank you. With what I'm guessing is Ace the Bat Hound here, because it looks like Ace the Bat Hound. So there's a lot of perfect nerdery going on, and they are fighting Shiva Wusan, who is apparently a Guild of Assassins bad guy. Looks like she just killed this gentleman who was holding the ventriloquist dummy. And they're shouting at her, put down your weapons, and they shoot at her, but like, even though she's in the Guild of Assassins, she's like, oh, daredeviling them, hitting them with a stick, knocking them out rather than killing them. So, you know, I guess if you're in the Guild of Assassins, it's you got to pay for that. That costs extra. The guy who was yelling at her drops his gun and runs, and she says, "Tisk, the loudest din from the tamest hearts." Remember that comes back later. For some reason, there's a dog with furry wings in this that Batgirl has on a leash. I don't know. I haven't read any of the previous issues, but honestly, I'm just loving it because the visuals are great. And they see Shiva Wusan there. And they're like, we need to, you know, we can help her. And the girl who's in the Court of Owls, who she's there to recruit for the Court of Owls, who has all of her face bandaged up and cannot speak, they're like, it's okay, we can take her. And she's like, no, No, you can't. So she does tell Batgirl, I love your boots. And they are great boots. They're Batgirl yellow boots. Who wouldn't love those? Anyway, she quickly dispatches both the Court of Owls girl and Catman and everybody, and the Court of Owl girl writes down, I'll go. No, I don't know if she's always mute or if this is a new thing, but that's the situation. She lets, and Batgirl says she doesn't have to go, and Court of Owl girl says, yes, it's better this way. And Batgirl gives her her boots, which is sweet. They hug, and then they leave. Catman says, never actually believed I was a bad guy before until just this minute. And she's letting somebody go from the Court of Owls to the Assassin's Guild, because, I mean, Court of Owls, they're bad guys, but man, Assassin's Guild, oh, those are like the baddest of the bad. It's like going from AIM to Hydra, it's... I'm guessing. I don't know. I just walked into this book, but I do love it. She's got a garden gnome that she hangs around with, which she brought with her as well as the boots. Shiva's saying, oh, you're going to love it here. We're going to be family, yada, yada. Girl, who I'm guessing is Court of Owl girl's sister with the glitter derby and pink domino mask. She hugs Catman. As Batgirl wanders off in a huff, Court of Owl girl quickly beats up the three Assassin's Guild people that are there to be her entourage. We wind up with this big Mook who says, where's the kid? He's going by the name Big Shot. We got Black Alice, and Big Shot and Black Alice are saying, we got to go get her, got to go get the kid, who is, I guess, the Court of Owls girl. And Black Alice says, maybe see how they feel when I borrow a little bit of the Spectre's power, huh? We'll be ready this time. And the ventriloquist dummy, I'm guessing, and hey, any episode with the ventriloquist, that's great, says, yeah, screw them jerks, I'll drill them a new one for Mary. And they're all looking at him and says, what? I'm just saying, she's one of us, and we should ought to go get her back is all. And he says, we get it for 30, we just can't believe it. It's you saying it, says Catman. And Big Shot says, it's settled, then we go get the kid. And Catman says, Ralph, listen, she made this choice. This isn't like facing Superman. If we go against the League, that all of us are coming back. He says, well, okay, but he says, before you say anything, says the girl with the glitter derby. I wish I knew who these people were. DC, please just give me one page of here's where we are, here's who these people are, so I know what I'm talking about.
Good suggestion
before
for
you
Rebirth.
say anything else, Mr. Please. Of course, then they're going to charge you $3.99 for that extra book, even though they're getting 3 extra pages of ads for that. Think about it. We're getting an extra page with all that writing on it. It's like, yeah, but you also got 3 extra pages of ads that you're selling us. Trust me, you give us 1 page of text, you're not giving us 3 pages of story. Which is mostly just boilerplate text, just giving us an origin story every time, too, But just says, here's everybody's pictures, here's their name. Go. Anyway, Glitter Derby Girl. Do you know who these people are by any chance, Phil? No idea.
I know who Shiva is. Yeah, I'm not sure about the girls.
So, but you don't know who Glitter Derby Girl is. Yeah, that's fine. Well, because he says, before you say anything else, Mr. Dibney, you need to think about what you have to lose. You need to think it over. Someone's upstairs waiting for you. And he says, geez, kittens, you mean? She says, yes. She's her upstairs right now? I guess I should go up and... How do I look? Do I look okay? You look fine. Just go get her. And Ralph is crying. And this girl says, he says, Sue, honey doll. He says, I'm here, Ralph. I remember everything. And so... To give you the summation, this is Sue Dibney, and this is Ralph Dibney, also known as...
The Elongated Man.
The Elongated Man, yes. who I guess after his wife. Okay, so see, because here's the problem with DC. I have all this continuity in my head for DC, but I guess it's all been thrown out the window. Because the last I knew of Sue Dibney, someone her ear and blew up her head. Am I correct on that? That someone blew up her head? That was the thing that happened, right?
Yeah. Someone shrunk and went into her head. But yeah, you never know what happened after New 52. You never know what happened with half these characters.
Yeah. Well, apparently she was captured by the Riddler and all brainwashed. It did, and then that caused Ralph Dibny to stop being the Elongated Man and become this big, cross between Shemp Howard and Arnold Schwarzenegger. But now that Sue Dibney's back, they're in love, they're happy, and then we see he can now shift back into his Elongated Man form. No explanation what happened to his suit. But he's all stretchy and wingy, and he comes down, and the ventriloquist drops the dummy and says, "And I'm going to get our family back. Who's with me? Because we're going to go get our friend back from the Assassin's Guild." Okay, here's what I'm going to say. This is what I love about DC Comics and Secret Six. This is a great book. To me, and this is the thing, like I said, when DC is good, DC is unapologetically comic books. DC is all symbolism and mythos. Its main characters are Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Batman. They are characters who are completely symbolic in both their names and personas. He is the Ubermensch. He is all, the Batman is the Bat. He is the mythic beast in the sky, the darkness. And she is the Wonder Woman, the Amazonian princess, I mean, that is what they are. And they are symbolic and they're unapologetic about it. So that if you are wearing glitter derbies and dressed in a purple Batgirl costume, we don't question it. We don't say, oh, well, the reason I'm wearing this is that and the other. No, this is the universe, There's courts of owls and assassins guilds and apparently dogs with fairy wings. Oh, actually, no, it's a dog-fly cross, it seems to be. No, I'm sorry. It's a goat-fly hybrid. It's got a fly's head with fly's wings and a goat's body.
What?
And, of course, and you have Ace the Bat Hound, and it all makes perfect sense, and we don't question it. We just run through it, And I think that, I'm going to say this, DC is best when it says, no, this is the universe. Don't tell us that this isn't the universe. This is the universe, It's, let me, nobody reads Tolkien because they want an evolutionary explanation for hobbits, dwarves, and elves. Nobody is waiting for, well, you see, the reason why hobbits are like this is because, they have this, basic base creature that they all evolved from, No, it's magic, and it's wonder, and it's myth. And it's great, and it is unapologetic, and it is beautiful. And when DC embraces that, I think they're at their best. And of course, we're going into Batman v Superman now, and I know we're all, those of us who haven't seen it yet. If you haven't seen it yet, I know we're all like trepidatious about it because it's like, I want to believe. I want this to be. I want to walk into that film and say, hate is gonna hate and play is gonna play, and I want to play with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. That's what I want. I want to walk out of that film being blown away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
Yeah.
Because I think they are rejecting that basic, beautiful mythos of DC Comics. That idea that, that these characters are supposed to be iconic and mythical and beautiful in that way. And Secret Six this week, 100%. For me, as a Marvel nerd coming into a DC book, I just danced happily throughout it. This was just, as great of a beautiful thing as you're ever going to see. And so, this is it's my DC pick of the week. Came close to being a pick of the week all over, but it was. Marvel had a great week this week, so I'm not. This isn't like last week where I was like, "Oh, Marvel's pretty good," but DC had a great one. Sinestro was a great book last week, but this week, as good as Sinestro, but Marvel had a better week. Yeah, Secret Six. It's coming back next month, so listen for it, kids.
So is it a 5 then?
Oh, well, I will give it, let's see here. I will give it 4.5 ventriloquist dummies out of 5. There we go. No, 4.5 glitter derbies out of 5. That's better. There we go. And I just want to know who these people look. No, not 4.5, 4. You know why it's only 4? Because they're not telling me who anybody is. I don't got names. Thank goodness I have a passing understanding of who people are, so I knew that that's Scandal Savage. And like I said, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Poison Ivy because she's wearing a green dress. And DC, I hate to tell you this, there's like more than 3 ways to draw women. And I'm not going to say that Marvel does better with women. I'm going to say, if you have 2 redheads at a table, one with a green dress and one with a blue dress, and you're not going to tell me who's who, come on, kids. This could be my first book. You got to be considering that this could be someone's first book, I mean, not even like a little like legend in there to say, because how they have that, they'll say, they'll have a little like box under it who say, Scandal Savage, because I'm guessing that's not Poison Ivy, even though she has red hair and a green dress. If you're gonna put another woman in the DC comic with red hair and a green dress and not say, okay, just this isn't Poison Ivy. You're really hurting yourself more than you're hurting me, DC. That's all I'm saying, But glad to have the Dibney, because I love when there's a happy romantic story too, and the Dibneys are back together and they can be happy. And now we can get the Secret Six moving on to the next story. Can't wait to read it.
There you go.
So 4 glitter derbies out of 5.
All right. Well then, Charlie, tell the people where they can find you.
Well, if you'd like to find me on the Twitters, which is apparently how all the cool kids talk to each other nowadays. Actually, probably that's not how the cool kids talk anymore. But the less cool kids of whom I can sort of jive with, that's what you could say today, right? Jive, rap. I can rap with the kids while we're live television shows. You can tweet me at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle for equality. And if you're a real old-fashioned guy like me and you want to just stick with them emails and tell those kids to keep off your lawn, you can do that at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. All one word.
All right. Well, thank you.
Like all people.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Charlie. Can't wait to hear from you again next week. Okay. All right, everyone. Share your thoughts on us before we put this universe to rest, before rebirth. Are we insane? Are we dead on? Email us, worldsfinestpod@gmail.com. On Facebook, we're World's Finest Podcast. Twitter is @WorldsFinestPod, and also our Instagram is World's Finest Roundup. We share with the all new Marvel Roundup. Lilith, where can people find you?
Oh, I just want to say, even if we are insane, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Just saying.
Oh!
Anyway, you guys can find me on Twitter @LilithHellfire. If you're on Tumblr, it's LilithHellfire.tumblr.com. If you're on Reddit, you can just find me as Lilith Hellfire, lurking on all the DC TV subreddits. And if you want to email me, you can email me LilithHellfire@LilithHellfire.com.
And of course, you can always talk to me anything DC or Marvel. NightwingPDP@gmail.com. Twitter is @NightwingPDP. Instagram, Periscope, it's all Nightwing PDP. And so come back next week, everyone, to hear Charlie's next Marvelous review. But just remember, haters gonna hate. Taylor Swift has nothing on Charlie Esser. Good night.